if you were President of the United States, would you need to go to Congress to get authorization to take military action against Iran's nuclear facilities?
You sit down with your attorneys and tell you what you have to do, but obviously the President of the United States has to do what's in the best interest of the United States to protect us against a potential threat. The President did that as he was planning on moving into Iraq and received the authorization of Congress.
Did he need it?
We're going to let the lawyers sort out what he needed to do and what he didn't need to do, but certainly what you want to do is to have the agreement of all the people in leadership of our government, as well as our friends around the world, where those circumstances are available.
Gentlemen, it's so important. Congressman Paul, do you believe the President needs authorization of Congress to attack strategic targets in Iran, nuclear facilities?
Absolutely. This idea of going and talking to attorneys totally baffles me. Why don't we just open up the Constitution and read it? You're not allowed to go to war without a declaration of war.
Congressman Paul, I've heard him now in many debates talking about bringing our troops home and about the war in Iraq and how it's failed. And I want to tell you that kind of isolationism, sir, is what caused World War II. We allowed Hitler to come to power with that kind of attitude of isolationism and appeasement.
You were shaking your head as you heard the final words, but the comparison to Hitler and appeasement and isolationism, you had a chance to respond, but I want you to elaborate this morning.
Well, first off, Iraq is not Nazi Germany, and besides, I thought it was Hitler that caused World War II, not the American people who opposed going in. So it didn't make any sense, and then he was awfully confused about isolationism versus non-intervention. There's a big difference. Isolationism isn't what I advocate. I advocate non-intervention, not getting involved in the internal affairs of other nations and not pretending a country like Iraq is equivalent to Nazi Germany. Iraq had no army, no navy, and no weapons of mass destruction, had nothing to do with 9/11, so the comparison makes no sense.
Even though America's military budget is bigger than the next 10 countries combined, it's apparently not enough for presidential hopeful Mitt Romney.
You're not allowed to go to war without a declaration of war. Now, as far as fleeting enemies go, yes, if there's an imminent attack on us, we've never had that happen in 220 years. The thought that the Iranians could pose an imminent attack on the United States is preposterous. There's no way. This is just war propaganda, continued war propaganda, preparing this nation to go to war and spread this war not only in Iraq but into Iran unconstitutionally. It is a road to disaster for us as a nation. It's a road to our financial disaster if we don't read the Constitution once in a while.
Around the horn, Congressman.
Felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with it. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind. Driving you fast. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Matrix. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window, or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neil.
This is wild, getting really off a bag of illy. Ice out on the sand like a chili willy. You ain't never seen a bigger threat. This is wild, it's a triple threat. In this world that's been chosen, they come the chosen. Rising from the dead, overthrow the opposing. Forces of evil controlling our people. Deuces is wild and their wisdom is lethal. 422 stomping through, I can see you. Strike a match like the sun, watch the preview. Life is a game played once, don't refuse you. 3 is the few and light, we are true too. Deuces is wild, it's a triple threat. 2-2 with the triple fat goose. You ain't never seen a bigger threat. You ain't never seen a bigger threat.
I don't believe in a no-win scenario.